Rihanna's billion-dollar empire. How she became the richest female musician in the world. Welcome to Celeb TV. What if I told you that the richest female musician in the world hasn't released an album in years? While most artists depend on tours, streaming numbers, and record sales to build their fortune, one woman completely rewrote the rules of celebrity wealth. Rihanna, the girl from Barbados who once sang about umbrellas and diamonds, is now sitting on a fortune estimated at over $1.4 billion. But here's the twist: most of that money didn't come from music at all. So how did Rihanna transform herself from a pop star into a business mogul whose empire rivals some of the most established brands in the world? The answer lies in a series of calculated, fearless business moves that left her competitors in the dust and made her virtually untouchable in the world of entertainment and entrepreneurship. In the early 2000s, Rihanna burst onto the music scene with infectious Caribbean rhythms and a voice that commanded attention. Hits like Umbrella, We Found Love, and Diamonds dominated airwaves and turned her into a household name. She won 9 Grammy Awards, sold over 250 million records worldwide, and became one of the best-selling music artists of all time. But even at the peak of her music career, Rihanna was already thinking beyond the stage. She understood something that many celebrities fail to grasp: fame is fleeting, but a brand can last forever. While her peers were signing endorsement deals and collecting paychecks, Rihanna was studying the business, learning how deals were structured, and plotting her own path to financial independence. She wasn't content to just be the face of someone else's product. She wanted ownership, control, and a seat at the table where the real decisions were made. Before you hear how Rihanna built her billion-dollar empire, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Celeb TV, and drop a comment below telling us what you think about her incredible journey. Do you think more artists should follow her blueprint? Let us know. The first major business move that set Rihanna apart came in 2017 when she launched Fenty Beauty. This wasn't just another celebrity makeup line slapped with a famous name. Fenty Beauty was revolutionary. At a time when the beauty industry largely ignored women of color, Rihanna launched her brand with 40 foundation shades, ensuring that women of all skin tones could find their perfect match. The message was clear: beauty is for everyone. The launch was a cultural moment. Within its first 40 days, Fenty Beauty reportedly generated $100 million in sales. By the end of its first year, the brand had earned over $570 million in revenue. Rihanna didn't just create a product, she created a movement. She filled a gap in the market that billion-dollar corporations had ignored for decades, and she did it with style, authenticity, and an understanding of what her audience truly wanted. Fenty Beauty became a case study in business schools and a benchmark for inclusivity in the industry. But the brilliance of the move went beyond the product itself. Rihanna partnered with LVMH, the French luxury conglomerate behind brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Givenchy. This partnership gave her access to resources, distribution networks, and expertise that would have taken decades to build independently. She reportedly owns 50% of Fenty Beauty, meaning she retains significant control and profits. That decision alone accounts for the majority of her current net worth, with estimates suggesting Fenty Beauty is worth around $2.8 billion today. But Rihanna didn't stop there. In 2018, she launched Savage X Fenty, a lingerie line that challenged the outdated and exclusive standards of brands like Victoria's Secret. Savage X Fenty celebrated all body types, sizes, and identities. The fashion shows became viral cultural events, blending music, performance art, and runway into something entirely new. The brand was valued at over $1 billion by 2021, and Rihanna's stake in the company added hundreds of millions more to her growing fortune. Then, in 2019, Rihanna made history again by partnering with LVMH to launch Fenty, a luxury fashion house. She became the first black woman to lead a luxury brand under the LVMH umbrella. Although the fashion line was paused in 2021 to focus on beauty and lingerie, the move demonstrated Rihanna's ambition and her willingness to take risks in spaces where she wasn't traditionally welcome. She also launched Fenty Skin in 2020, expanding her empire into skincare with the same inclusive approach that made Fenty Beauty a phenomenon. Every product release, every brand extension, every partnership was carefully calculated to build a legacy that would outlast her music career. And it worked. Today, Rihanna is not just a musician. She is a billionaire businesswoman, a fashion icon, a beauty innovator, and a cultural force. So what made Rihanna untouchable? It wasn't luck. It wasn't just talent. It was vision, timing, and an unshakable belief in her own worth. Rihanna understood that in order to build lasting wealth, She needed to own her work, control her narrative, and create products that resonated with real people. She didn't wait for permission. She didn't play by the old rules. She built her own empire on her own terms. As of January 31, 2026, Rihanna remains the wealthiest female musician on the planet, and her influence shows no signs of slowing down. Whether or not she ever releases another album, her legacy is already secured. She proved that artists don't have to depend on record labels, touring, or streaming to build generational wealth. They can become entrepreneurs, visionaries, and moguls. Rihanna didn't just break the mold. She shattered it, and in doing so, she became untouchable. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Rihanna's business strategy should be the blueprint for every artist trying to build long-term wealth, or do you believe music should always come first?